Brakes are one of the most crucial components on a motorcycle, yet something most riders don't think about until they need to stop in a hurry. You might have heard the term radial and axial calipers, but what does it mean? And why does the Hero Xtreme 160R 4V and most bikes in this price range come with axial calipers and not radial ones? Let's talk about it. At first, let's define the basics. The difference between axial and radial calipers comes down to how they are mounted to the fork. Axial calipers are mounted perpendicular to the fork. The bolts go on the side, while radial calipers are mounted parallel to the fork. The bolts go in from the front. Here on the Xtreme 160R 4V we have axial calipers, which are common in commuter and budget sports bikes. But why? Why budget bikes only use axial calipers? Well, the short answer is cost and practicality. Axial calipers are cheaper to produce and easier to install. Radial calipers need precise machining and stronger materials, which increases cost. Budget bikes tend to be a lot slower than performance motorcycles, which means to stop them, you don't need that much brake force, and they don't need the high rigidity and braking precision of the radial calipers. Axial calipers can still provide significant braking force for everyday riding use. Most bikes in this price range have traditional telescopic forks, which don't benefit as much from radial calipers. Radial calipers make the most difference in inverted forks like these. The Xtreme doesn't have radial calipers because it didn't cost that much. At 1.7 lakhs, the company won't give radial calipers. At a bit higher price, you'll see the KTM RC 390, the Yamaha R3, the KTM Duke 390. They all have radial mounted calipers. But does that mean axial calipers are bad? Well, not at all. Radial calipers offer better stiffness and braking feedback. But for a bike like the Xtreme 160R 4V, the difference is not going to be that significant. At normal city speeds and highway speeds, axial calipers perform just fine, plus they are lighter and easier to maintain. So unless you're pushing hard on a racetrack, you will not feel the difference in daily riding conditions. So should you upgrade? Can you upgrade? Well, upgrading calipers will not be that easy. You see, most bikes in this segment that come with axial calipers are not designed to mount radial calipers. You would need custom brackets, new forks, and a lot of expensive, impractical stuff. Instead, invest in better brake pads and steel braided brake lines if you can. They can probably give you a noticeable improvement in your braking. If you really want radial calipers, you're better off upgrading your entire bike. A bike that comes with radials from the factory. And so, now you know why the Xtreme 160R 4V and other budget bikes come with axial calipers. They are practical, cost-effective, and work just fine. So what do you think? Do you prefer the simplicity of the axial calipers, or do you want the precision and rigidity of the radials? Let me know what kind of calipers your bike has. And until then, ride safe, and I'll see you with a different video.